Hi everybody, Brian with BetterExcel, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on how to use the if function and a couple different uses for it. Now the if function allows you to evaluate a situation with two or more possible outcomes using logical tests. Excel considers a logical test any test that it can come up with a true or false answer for. For our example below, we want to figure out the commission rate, and that commission rate is going to vary depending on the sale amount. If we have sales of $499 and lower, we're going to have a commission rate of 3.5%. And if we have sales of $500 and higher, we're going to have a commission rate of 6%. Now, to do this without Excel, or to manually do this, we'd have to go down the sale column, look at each figure individually, determine if that is higher or lower than 500, and from there, enter our commission rate. If you've got a lot of cells or a lot of data, this is something that could take a whole lot of time. Luckily for us, regardless of how much data you have, Excel can help shorten this process using the if function, or if formula. Alright, so we'll get started in C7, right under commission. We'll go ahead and we'll type equals if, click on the function so it enters our brackets, and it pulls up also a little syntax for us. It tells you that right now we need to enter our logical test, then our value if that test comes out true, and our value if that test comes out false. So our logical test is going to be, is B7 greater than or equal to 500? We'll enter a comma, and now it wants to know what the value will be if this test is true. If the test is true and the commission amount and the sale is above 500, our commission is going to be 6%. So we'll go ahead and we'll enter 6%. We'll enter a comma, and now Excel wants us to tell it what value to output if this test comes out false. So if our sale is lower than $499, and that will be 3.5%. So you'll see right here, we've got our logical test is B7 greater than or equal to 500. If that's true, we're going to have 6%, and if that's false, it's going to be 3.5%. We'll click enter, and you'll see that Excel outputs 3.5% for sales of $104. Now, to fill in the rest of the series, you can either double click this black arrow or just click it and drag down. I'll just go ahead and double click. And you can see that Excel automatically fills in everything with a corresponding number to the left. To calculate earnings now, we just go to equals sales B7 times commission C7. Hit equals, and we'll do the same thing. You can take the little cross and either double click or drag it down. And it automatically fills in our earnings for each sale amount and depending on the commission that sale amount receives. You can see that by using the if function, it'll automatically recalculate everything for us if any figures change. So if this 650, for example, was really 65, we'll go ahead and click enter. You can see that it recalculates that commission at 3.5%, and it recalculated the earnings as well. Alright, so the if function can be used to enter data and numbers. The if function can also be used to enter text as well. In the example on our page right now, we want to figure out whether our individual salespeople have hit their sales goal according to the year-to-date sales. In order to do so, we'll go ahead and we'll use an if function. We'll do equals if. Our logical test is going to be, are our sales, so N7, greater than or equal to N4, which is our sales goal. Now, because our sales goal is always going to be 500,000 and it's always going to be cell N4, we want to make this an absolute reference so that that never changes. So we'll add that absolute reference in, and we'll do a comma. Now if our value is true, we're going to open up our quotation, and we're going to do met quota. Close the quotation. If our value is false, you want to open your quotation, and we'll do did not meet, and close your quotations. If you click enter, you'll see that Jeffrey's sales have definitely met the quota. We'll go ahead and we'll fill in the rest of the series. And you'll see that Excel automatically populates every field for us. Natalie did not meet, Megan did not meet, Thomas did meet. And if anything changes, it'll recalculate. So if Thomas's sales were actually only 470,000, Excel changes that to did not meet. Alright, so those were just a couple of different ways to use the if function. In future videos, I hope to go more into depth on different variations of the if function and a couple more uses for them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below.